right, let's get back into some sports talk. And this is very interesting to see how HiFL has grown in leaps and bounds. And when I say HiFL, we're talking Higher Institution of Football League. Things has been growing very massively, and we're looking at the 2022 edition of the games itself. Very importantly, we have with us virtually the chairman of the HiFL, Kachi Onubogu. And Kachi, good to finally meet you. I wonder why you're not here in the studio, but since you choose to stay on the screen, we might as well just do this. How you doing,
Hi,
man?
Moses. Nice to meet you.
All right, great. Good things you guys are doing with the HiFL. It's grown in leaps and bounds, and the 2022 edition of it, what are we expecting, Kachi?
I think we're expecting we'll be building on what we did in 2021. We're expanding the amount of universities that will participate in the games. We're creating an electronic registration platform to ensure that we have data for all the students. We're expanding participation of non-football students, so volunteers in universities, to build that culture of supporting your schools in what you do. We're trying to build a platform that engages alumni also to ensure that this is just bigger than just schools, but ensures that we build an entire ecosystem that drives support for people in Nigeria, in Africa in the short term. We're trying to engage also other universities outside Nigeria, see if we can do inter-African football game, and also provide that platform to continue to help drive of our participants.
You know, just saying the fact that you're looking forward to inter-African sports game, Mike, that just, catches my attention. That's very exciting to look forward to since its inaugural edition in 2018. Things have grown in leaps and bounds with HiFL and its popularity across Nigeria. So imagine taking that beyond Nigeria.
That would be a great achievement, considering the fact that this competition has been running leaps and bounds. Imagine the last winners coming all the way from Maiduguri. Ordinarily, one would have said, listen, we have UAM Tylers, we had the team from Makurdi, you have Malabite also winning it. So this time, I like the spread. So the spread moving outside Nigeria into West Africa, for me, would be magic. If you have teams from the Republic of Benin, from Ghana, and the rest of them, it will take you to the next, to the stratosphere, so to say.
Now, Kachi, I mean, it's been arduous, no doubt. And again, with COVID-19 coming through, you guys more or less have become very creative in how you've managed the HiFL properties. What other HiFL properties are we looking at as we progress? Because I hear it's getting even bigger and just beyond football.
We're working with Nuga, and one of the things we have is actually a sports league. HiFL is Higher Institution Football League. We are looking to do a Higher Institution Basketball League that starts building platform to drive basketball competition among universities. We're looking at also starting our first female football league that also encourages female football in the Nigerian universities. So we're looking we have a platform to do sports in general, not just football. Football has been the platform we started, but we're expanding to basketball, and we're looking at doing also a female football league. And of course, what holds us back is always the cost and support of sports. But we are expanding because we have the franchise in partnership with Nuga to run an entire sports league for Nigerian universities.
I think that is absolutely amazing. One person I know who's having an orgasmic feeling right now has to be Segun Kweson. Not just that we're having Higher Institution Football League, there's Higher Institution Basketball League, HiBL, I'm sure that's what that will be called. Who says we can't even have athletics coming here, HiAL? And you know what? At this point in time, you guys should just trademark the word high, because you have owned it. But look at here. I mean, value-adding properties we've seen with the Masterclass series of the HiFL, the HiFL Elite Awards, the HiFL Unifest, the HiFL Store, HiFL Ball Juggling Challenge. Talk about the HiFL Store. What's that about, Kachi?
We're trying to build, look, for Nigeria today, we have not been able to commercialize, most people don't commercialize sports merchandise for their schools. And what we think is that we have over 2 million alumni from Nigerian universities in Nigeria who want to support their teams, who want to support their schools, who want to associate with their schools. And we're providing that platform that allows us to build merchandise around schools like you would see in the NCAA or in the US or other colleges that come to work. We want to move this just from football to building an ecosystem of sports ecosystem that can sustain itself over the long term in partnership with our sponsors and our as Nuga, Committee of Vice Chancellors, and the rest of them. So we're building that. We want people to be able to say, look, I went to University of I support my team and continue to use merchandise that helps us drive, help me go back to my school and give that nostalgic feeling to my school.
We're talking about a sense of belonging, Mike.
And I think that's great.
One of the key things he said, at the onset when he spoke, I think we're having a bit of challenge with him, but he'll come back soon, was the fact that they're trying to build a culture. He talked about ecosystem. Imagine what it would be like if there are proper merchandise, and we're talking like a jacket. I see that a lot with colleges, and it's such a thing of pride when you have that jacket on. So imagine what that does to your sense of belonging for your school.
Now you're talking about graduates who've got that purchasing power, who work in big offices out there, who will have gone through all of these schools. Now there's that pride that, listen, I went to Bendel State University at Boma, therefore I'm going to get the best jacket inscribed with that name inscribed, and they've got the purchasing power, and that they will buy. And the way to flaunt it not only within this country, but also outside this country. So for me, that's the win-win aspect of all of this. You've got people with the purchasing power there and are ready to associate with the alma mater. So there's just no stopping that.
Now, Kachi, we've seen 5 years of HiFL. I wonder what the next 5 years will look like. Can you actually take us, just give us a peep into what to expect in the next 5 years?
We're going to be the biggest sports franchise in Africa. That's our dream. We're going to engage a lot more universities. Today, there are over 200 universities in Nigeria. We have 100 odd sitting in knockout stages and in HiFL today. We want to get as many universities.
That's absolutely amazing.
We have polytechnics and stuff which we want to bring in. So we want to make this the biggest collegiate platform for sports in Africa. So the next 5 years is significant growth. We also looking at partnerships with big sports organizations and bodies across the world to create. So we want to create a business that grows talent, encourages the virtues of sports. So dedication, discipline, hard work, building friendships, encouraging people to volunteer, and create that culture of owning and loving Nigerian sports, Nigerian universities, and everything Nigeria. We want to do it with collected sports. And we think we're on the right path.
I think you're on the right path. I mean, right from day one, we had actually seen the plan, and it made a whole lot of sense to get it bigger. I think it's slightly, and not just like, I think it's momentously growing bigger than Nigeria now, hence why you guys are taking it beyond Nigeria and Africa. As we round up, Kachi, take us through what to expect for the 2022 installment of HiFL. I know it's going to get bigger. I know we're going to see more teams. I believe we'll actually, I enjoy the fact that the live games, the finals are actually live, so everybody gets to witness that. The question now is, will the women sneak in this edition, or we should wait a little bit longer?
Well, we have this edition will be bigger. We have about 2 universities that will, after the knockout stages, start participating. We'll have about 72 games odd. We're going to spread this over a 9-month period. So we're going to start in March, which is this month. We're going to have the events start that relate to the finals around October, November. We're going to make it bigger. So we're trying to create ideal sporting platforms in every university we go to. We're going to have activations first. So for our sponsors who want to be part of it, we're going to provide a platform to ensure that we engage students in the universities, the 1 to 2 million students in universities today, that in everywhere we play, there'll be a HiFL, energy in those schools. We're going to play in about 20 locations. So not just in playing in schools, what we do is to create the platform for the university authorities to improve sports facilities within the school. And we also help where we can to do that. It's going to be more interesting. I mean, what happened last year was interesting. Maiduguri won, like you know, that's what Maiduguri won. And in spite of all the talent people think about security, the governor, the universities really supported their team, got the right coaches, and they did very well. We have seen a lot of other universities getting excited about what Maiduguri did. And we know that, look, a lot of schools are already preparing to ensure that, look, they win this year. So it's going to be more exciting. It's going to be a lot more exciting, a lot more engaging, and it will be fun.
I look forward to that, Kachi, and I have to say massive thank you. One other thing you guys should start thinking of, again, this is me offering it to you free of charge. Moses Praise is saying, start planning Hall of Fame way ahead, making plans for it, because then it's going to get bigger than any other thing.
So we are.
Great. I told you this on first time anyway. Don't care what you say at this point in time. All right. But all the best, Kachi. Thank you so much for your time. And, of course, all the best. The HiFL 2022 edition. It can only get bigger and better than what we have witnessed. And you had Kachi Onubogu, the chairman of the Higher Institution Football League, with great strides are coming through.